My wife and I are coming up on our 5-year anniversary. My wife makes fun of me because I say anniversary. It's anniversary. I planned my 5-year anniversary trip the day after the UK secedes from the European Union and the S&P is down like 4%. Here's the background. We're leaving Monday morning early for a big trip. St. Bart's, okay? It's down in the Caribbean. It's the French West Indies. And the markets have been decent this year, right? I mean, not crazy volatile, but volatile. I'm having a good trading year, and I'm trading in here right now. And in fact, here, let me show you what's going on right now. This is so bad. Okay. There's the drop that we've seen today. If you take a fib extension of the initial drop, that's going to be a low in mid-June, and then project it from the counter trend high, we just broke through a really key 100% level. Okay, right there. That's going to be distance right here is exactly equal to the distance here at 2041 in the S&P. That should have held if that's a correction. We've broken through. We're now at 2033, 2032 in the S&P. If we break down to 2000 in the S&P, that's going to be a 161% relationship of this initial drop. That suggests this is a third wave. We're going to have a wave 4 rally and then another drop, and then the top could be in the stock market. I went in flat. I made all of our customers get flat. These are all new positions that I just put on today, so I'm up $1,240, not bad. I have a short here in the British pound in the mini contract. I'm short Goldman, a 142, 140 put spread on there in Goldman, and I bought some deep in the money SPY puts that expire next week. So I really like what this market's doing here. I think volatility is here. I think this is pretty significant. It's signaling that politicians need to really start listening to the voice of the people and stop just kind of, you know, kowtowing to the ruling elite class. I'm not going to get political here, but, you know, I think it's going to put pressure back on our Fed to raise rates and begin to normalize interest rates, because it's helping corporations, because, you know, they played all kinds of financial games in the form of you know, basically boosting their own share price with stock buybacks and leverage mergers and acquisitions, which is great for, you know, large corporations, but for the savers, for the individual person, it doesn't do anything for them at all. So I think, you know, I think the majority is speaking out, and this isn't a Republican or Democratic statement. This is a statement of the people. You know, I'm just a private trader now. You know, I don't work for a big corporation. I don't want to work for a corporation. I want to build my business so someday, you know, Jake and Brody can take this over. So here's the deal. I'm very excited about the volatility coming forward. I'm not excited about missing the potential volatility next week when we're in St. Bart's. I'm going to bring this laptop. I'm going to. I went to B&H last night. I love this place. Like, there's every technology you can imagine there. I got the new Sony a6300, right? And this is supposed to be the new awesome mirrorless camera. It's not a DSLR, and it does shoot in 4K, which it should say it's somewhere around here. See, 4K, awesome. I've been making a pretty big push towards YouTube, and, you know, I feel like I need to address that. Like, I really, really enjoy YouTube. I think it's the future of social media. I was really big on Twitter back, I guess, and I gave out the wrong dates, and somebody in the video called me on. I said 2005 or 6, and that's way off, because I think Twitter was founded then, 2008 through 2010. So I really enjoy doing YouTube. So I think, guys, what I'm going to do is take this opportunity to put more of an effort into YouTube. There's been a big push in the world of YouTube towards vlogging, which is vlogging, video logging. And there's a couple guys I really draw my inspiration from. One is Casey Neistat, and he's got 3-4 million subscribers, which is not a lot on YouTube, but it's pretty big, and he's up and coming very fast, adding 1 million every, I don't know, month or so. So he's a big inspiration. If you haven't watched any of his videos, they're wildly addicting. So go check it out. You know, you guys may know me from national TV, and which is great, and that really helped launch my career. But I love kind of getting more involved in the video process and the making, and I'm really looking forward to this vlogging journey, so you guys can get to know me a little bit more, what I'm really like, things I do right, things I do wrong. And coming up on this 5-year trip with my wife, I'm going to bring the camera, I'm going to bring the equipment. That was random. This is a new one. So earlier, my wife told me we haven't got mail for 3 days. It's like, that's weird. And of course, that's the last thing we need right before we go away for a week. The guy pulls up in like a random car, and I was like, oh, okay, who's this? So he's like, well, supposedly your mailman retired and the route is up for bid. And he goes, until someone takes the route, it might be tough. And I'm like, well, how long does that take? A couple days? He's like, yeah, it could be a month. So I'm like, hold on. What do you mean up for bid? Like, our mail service is bankrupt and they're like outsourcing delivery? He's like, no, a more senior guy needs to step in, and I don't know. So we might not get mail for a month. So more about this trip to St. Bart's. I always wanted to go. There's a couple of reasons. One, it's supposed to be like the French Riviera of the Caribbean, so for our 5-year anniversary, why not? Another reason I want to do St. Bart's, you guys might not know this about me, but I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan. Right? I love Buffett. So he's caused a lot of trouble over the years down in St. Bart's. There's a hotel called Tour de Rocher, which, apologies for my French pronunciation, but it's where he used to party back in the 80s and 90s, and I'm on a mission to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm also going to bring my drone, and I'm going to try to fly over it. I'll probably get in trouble for that. That's okay. If you ever get like lost on YouTube and you're just looking for goofy time wasters, and you come across the video, like the top 5 most dangerous airport landings in the world, St. Bart's is there. So it's a really short runway, and you got to come over the hill very quickly and drop it, or else you're going to wind up in the water. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. My wife is scared out of her mind, but I'm excited for it. I mean, so what? If the plane overshoots, you wind up in the water. We're going to go swimming there anyways. But more importantly, I think this is kind of a kickoff to a commitment to you for YouTube. I'm 37 now, 5 years married. So I guess I'm coming up on Buffett's magical 40. And if you guys are familiar with Buffett, A Pirate Looks at 40 is one of his great songs. So I feel like, I want to make a commitment to the vlog, to YouTube. It's not something I want to do daily, and a lot of guys are doing that. I don't think I'm going to do it daily, but I think I'm going to commit to twice and maybe 3 times a week, depending on the feedback, how many likes I get below and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's good to document your life, step out from behind yourself and look at what you're doing, saying, are you hitting your goals? Are you staying accountable? Are you treating your significant others as you should, managing that work-life balance? I want to take a good hard look at my life, and if you wouldn't mind, let me know what you see. I love this business, as I mentioned before. I think my style of analysis is not for everyone, right? Elliott Wave is a very kind of creative, left or right brain, I don't know. My brain isn't working right now, but so you got to kind of take a step back when you're doing analysis. Put some good music on, whatever kind of makes you, whatever gets you going at that time, and look for stuff in the charts that other people don't see. Forget about Brexit stuff, forget about all the other stuff, and put yourself in a state of mind that's completely calm, free from emotion, in a positive state of mind, and you will see things on the charts and in the markets that other people who are paid millions and millions of dollars a year can't see. That's why music is so important to me in my trading. So my quest to go to the holy land of Buffett is on, Brexit or no Brexit. So it'll be fun. So I think another reason I want to do these videos is I want to stay kind of in contact with the outside world. I'm actually out here in the sticks, even though I'm only like an hour from New York City. Oh, speaking of, check this out. I actually live next to a farm. That's a buffalo farm. I don't know where all the buffalo are.